So, Hunchback of Notre Dame, the Disney one, of course, not the dozens of other adaptations or the Victor Hugo book, obviously, turns 30 today. And I decided, you know what? I love this movie. I'm going to rewatch this movie. And honestly, rewatching this movie made me really want to do a video. I don't usually want to do videos about things I'm just rewatching for the fun of it or don't really have a reason to do a video. But this movie just made me want to do that. And in fact, I wish, I think Cars is coming back to theaters because it turns like 20 this year. Why is Hunchback not coming back to theaters? Why is Atlantis not coming back to theaters? The whole theater industry is really in the age of like, let's bring back movies that are having anniversaries or just replay old movies just for the fucking fun of it. And yet this is not one of them that we're getting back. Like, Disney does not do a good job at these sort of things. They pick certain ones, but man, that's a little sad. This movie though is incredible. I love this movie. It's not perfect. In fact, we'll start with the flaws of this movie. This movie actually has way too much comedy. Like, between the goat, for one, the goat doesn't get talked about enough. I know the gargoyles are a big point. I'll go into them in a second, but like the goat is a little annoying. But the gargoyle stuff, someone pointed out an interesting piece. The gargoyles aren't bad in theory because they're Quasimodo's depression and loneliness manifesting in characters that he's making, right? Like when they're helping him rationalize going to the festival, that could just be seen as like him having his internal thoughts battle it out, manifesting in these gargoyles coming to life via his imagination, right? But because George Costanza gargoyle is there, that's the real problem. The other two aren't so bad, but George Costanza is like, he's making like more modern pop culture references and doing the kind of stuff he does. And then you got the fact that in the final battle they actually help out and stop guards, and like there's no way to, so the like nuance of them maybe being in his imagination, maybe not, is just kind of gone, which I don't really like because this is not a Disney movie with any form of magic or anything like that. This is a very realistic, grounded tone, adult, mature movie with, those themes. And I understand it's a Disney movie, so they kind of had to add some humor in it, but it just needed to be toned down just a little bit, and they need to leave the gargoyles more of a, oh, it's more of in his head kind of thing to make some of those comedy bits work well. And I would have cut A Guy Like You out of the movie. I think actually A Guy Like You is a well done song. It's just lame in terms of it being in this movie specifically. But if it was just like a song I turn on its own, it's catchy. It's well actually put together. So, yeah. Now let's get into what works about this movie. First of all, the animation is some of the best Disney's ever done. I mean, just the, like, all the final battle with Paris on fire and Quasimodo swinging around all of the Pell Tower, just the cinematography doing those things, the way they blend the CGI and stuff. When he like puts the like lava that he cooked up and it starts spewing out of the gargoyles that attached to the building, and you just, and it's just amazing. In the out there sequence when he's like just sliding through and all that water splashing around, the cinematography is just insane in this movie, but the animation adds so much to that, and the CGI, and the 2D animation stuff is just seamless, even like 30 years later. I mean, you can definitely tell, like, yeah, they use CGI enhancements, and some of it looks like a little bit like, but it honestly still looks perfect for the most part. It's kind of crazy that this movie looks as good as it does 30 years later. The orchestral score to this movie is incredible, especially since they add in a lot of like ambiance and like very theatrical like choir singing, because a lot of it's in a church. It's just all fantastic stuff. And I think what's great about this movie, as someone who's actually read Victor Hugo's novel, this is not like the most accurate adaptation, but it still retains all the a lot of the really important themes of the story, because Victor Hugo's novel was about injustice and about problems going on in the society on which this movie takes place right back in the day. um, and they're able to make that understandable to a child, who someone like me who watched this multiple times as a kid, and now I mean, some of it I'm just now discovering as an adult, but most of it, like, I understood even back as a kid, which is kind of crazy, and it's just fantastic. I also will say the character design for Quasimodo does not get praised enough, because it is really hard to make a character who is hideous to look at, but also actually not. Like, Quasimodo is an incredible character design. There's so much sympathy and beauty in his face, but also like disgustingness, just because that's what Quasimodo is. It's really powerful. And I think some of the themes of this movie about injustice and people believing they have power over each other people, someone who claims to be a religious person and uses that to corrupt minds and hurt other people. A lot of what we're seeing in the Trump era and other places in the world, not just in Trump era, but you know what I mean? It's all relevant stuff that has been relevant for decades and is still powerful even 30 years later. This movie is just one of the best Disney animated movies. And honestly, I'll just say it like straight up. I'm not saying this is second best Disney animated movie, but this is my second favorite Disney animated movie. I can't really pick a top 5 off the top of my head, but if I had to pick at least a top 3, it'd probably be like Beauty and the Beast, Hunchback, and then maybe Emperor's New Groove, and then probably either that or Lilo and Stitch. Kind of between those like 3. I don't know. It's kind of a whole list of things. But yeah, Beauty and the Beast is like objectively best Disney animated movie. I'm sorry. There are people like, nah, it's Lion King. A lot of people go, oh, now that's a cliche answer. Yeah, it's a fucking cliche answer because it's a really fucking great movie. Sorry. I need to do a video on Beauty and the Beast. Honestly, let me know if you want to see me review every Disney animated movie as a review series. I'm actually watching through all of Angel right now, and I'm pretty close to being done. And I'm thinking after I may just review the last 3 seasons I need to talk about all in one big video next month. And then when I'm done with that, maybe do like one Disney animated movie a month. But it's depending on if I want to do that. I haven't decided yet. Let me know your thoughts.